Well, let's get back to the business of law call.
Right.
We do have an email from a viewer. Mike asks, what are the time limits for filing a lawsuit related to a wrongful death?
Yeah, well, typically the statute of limitations in Alabama for most claims is going to be 2 years. But this is where I would tell people to always, take caution, because just because you live in Alabama does not mean that the statute of limitations in a different state is going to be the same, because it's not. In Mississippi, the statute of limitations 3 years. In Florida, it's 4. In Louisiana and Tennessee, it's only 1. Sometimes the statute of limitations can be different for a child, a wrongful death, and anyway, it can get extremely complicated. But if you have any type of a bad injury, or especially, unfortunately, if there's a death involved, immediately get in touch with the lawyer. See what he or she says about that, because if you wait after that statute of limitations expires, it's like you don't even have a claim. So always be cognizant of that, and because it can be detrimental. We get calls all the time. Hey, I was in a bad accident 2.5 years ago. Well, unfortunately, there's nothing. It's just like the case never happened. So always be aware of that. Get in touch with the lawyer immediately, and then you can kind of navigate what needs to be done after that.
Right, and it's where the accident occurs, not where you reside. Some people think it's where you live, that's
100%. I always tell the story about a lady that called me, this has been 5 or 6 years ago, where she called me on July the 3rd. I'll never forget this. July the 3rd, and it was like 2012, and she said, look, I know I have another year, because I was in an accident on July the 4th, and I was on I-10 around Canal Street. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, downtown Mobile. Come to find out it was in New Orleans. And you only have a 1-year statute, so we had to get it filed that day. And so you just, you always need to be aware of not where you live, but where the accident occurred.